Okay, so those pages are burnt up.
I'm gonna go check the summary and make sure that wasn't too specific still.
Go check the books.
The summary? Oh, yeah. Oh, you've got your paperwork for your summaries. Probably in the manila folder that she could have provided you, or some way to keep them all together. And you're looking at that. You're going to check the books. The books are where you left them, just sitting on the side there.
Mm-hmm.
The room looks normal. There's smoke smell from the burning paper when you ran through that part of the little part of the house, but it's not terrible. Yeah.
Dodged a bullet.
You just lock yourselves back in the house and go back.
But that means the shadows are here, or they weren't coming out of the paper; they were coming towards the paper.
They probably like to stay in deep shadows, so they're either in the basement or that fireplace. Open up the windows.
It is really hot.
Then we'll get the Chinese.
You can open up the upstairs windows too. That's going to start to get it cooling in the house, and it'll air the house a little bit. This part of the house will probably smell like smoke for a few days.
Well, is the windows facing directly towards the road for this room?
You can check on the map. I think one of them is. Down here, this window faces the door. There's two windows here, are the other two windows for this part of the house. There's no window on this wall. I hate that. And then you've got a window here, and then there's the windows on that little this little tower that you've got set up, which is more just an additional part of the room. Windows here for the dining room. 3 windows off the library, and then all the windows that you've got upstairs. You want to open some of them?
We can, I guess. Because they're already in the house. What do you think was going on? Open up the windows, they're already here. Stupid stuff.
The only ones that we don't have are the
Chinese. Open up the upper windows.
Okay, so you go upstairs, you open up all the windows upstairs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it cools down the house a little bit. I mean, it's hot out. It's June. It's not terrible. And it starts to dissipate some of the smoke smell that's downstairs. The smoke smell is pretty much restricted to that part of those couple rooms in the house and just nearby. Yeah, and like I said, it's 1 or 2 in the afternoon. What do you want to do? You've destroyed that part of the book.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Teach me the spell.
You want me to try it before I teach you, or just try to teach you?
What do you think?
Say we should try it first to make sure I'm teaching you correctly.
Okay.
Ready to do this?
You can try it on her?
Or I'm not trying it on Quincy.
Yeah.
That can turn out badly. What the hell?
And I'm not trying it on Miss Upton.
Yeah.
And what I'm gonna do is just have you, I don't know, cook something.
Well, according to the spell, once you cast it, it'll be she's like, she's just gonna go numb and dumb. It'll just kind of put her into a trance, almost like sleep, you know.
I'll slap you. Please don't slap me back to get you out of it.
Well, try shaking me first or yelling at me. Do something shocking
Okay.
first, and then if it doesn't work.
All right.
Then you could beat her about the head and shoulders. That salmon that's in the fridge. Okay.
So.
So you're casting the spell.
Yep. Don't know how to do that.
You have to be able to speak calmly with the person, so it can't happen when there's like crazy excitement going on, but nothing's going on right now. And you just start, and basically what you do is you just start talking to her, and you kind of throw in these magical words, allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what we have to do is, how many magic points do you have? And
13.
magic points will be in you have 13. How many magic points do you have?
13.
Oh, 13 each. Okay. So it's going to cost you 2 magic points to cast. So just circle the 11. Keep the 13 there, because you're going to get these points back. Magic points come back over a very short period of time. You'll probably have them back within an hour or 2. And it's going to be your 11 versus her 13 to see if this succeeds. And then I need wait, was that 11? 11 to 13. I need you to make a roll. You want to roll low on percentiles. And there's one other cost, too.
84.
84, okay. Nothing apparently happens. However, you feel something happen. You know what I mean? It feels like it feels awful. and you take 3 points of sanity loss.
Oh.
Now you can continue doing it and try again. It'll cost you 2 more points, 2 more magic points.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. You want me to try again?
If you want to try totally not to resist, I'll allow that. And then
Well, I'm not resisting. I'm knowing it's happening.
Okay, well, we're going to say that it works then.
Okay.
Because if you're just basically like, okay, I'm going to let whatever happens happens, then yeah, I'll allow it to just work. Yeah, she goes, her jaw just drops, and she kind of slumps as she's standing there, and then she just stares like
What is
straight
your
ahead.
full name?
There's no reply.
Tell me your full name.
You just are staring, she's just staring straight ahead.
So,
You're just out.
right. But she said, tell me your full name.
Yeah, nothing happens.
I don't say anything?
Pick up that book. I point to the one that's closest to her.
Nothing happens. She's just staring straight ahead.
I command you to pick up that book.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing when you just snap your fingers like this.
Enthralled. Did the spelling say anything that I could get them to do stuff?
No. It just said that it would render them numb and dumb.
Numb and dumb.
Yes.
So they can see. Can't speak. Numb, can't feel. So they can see technically.
She's staring straight ahead. You don't know.
Gesture in front of her, see if her eyes follow it.
They don't.
Hey, wake up! And I shake her.
You shake her. You come out of your trance. All you remember is her
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, exactly. Speaking very calmly to you, and now you're being shaken.
I did? You didn't say anything, you didn't respond, it couldn't get you to do anything. I think this just immobilizes people. Waste.
So it's basically like a non-medicinal comatose.
Yes. She looks like no more favors.
But don't forget that this lady's got way more power than us.
So we would have to do it together.
At least the two of us together.
Yeah, so
I mean, we can try and teach Quincy too.
we can try.
See if he'll
I
do it with
have
us.
no idea about that, so we're gonna have to hold off on that.
I'll teach
For
you in
sure.
the meantime.
You could teach her. You'd only be able to teach one. Well, you could teach them both.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna hold off
Teach him,
on
though.
teaching Quincy at the moment.
Well, he gets to listen. You can just... She can tell me. Or teach me over the couple of days just around him. So, his choice to do it.
You could do that if you want. Remember, this felt awful, and you don't know anything about the
Warning.
sanity loss. But yes.
It feels terrible.
I feel fine. Oh, you mean urine?
Yeah. What was really the weirdest is that it worked. You didn't think it was going to work, honestly, and that's what made you lose the sanity points. Where the hell is my points?
So, were you, like, did one... just... Oh, yeah, we already talked about this.
Yes. What? Let me look at magic here real quick. Magic. Yeah. Blah, blah.
Doodle for the day. Done.
Hooray! Magic points. Okay, duration magic points and neutral function. 1/4. Oh, okay. So every 6 hours you'll get 1/4 of your original magic points back. So if you have 13, you get 3 magic points back every 6 hours.
Okay.
So after a few hours, you'll just get them back. So aside from your sanity, that was not too shabby. And that was on Tuesday.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's a really dark thing to do to somebody, so I can't imagine it not
Well,
feeling
tomorrow
great.
morning I have to talk to...
It works. What the hell? How did that? Is that even possible?
I mean, there's shadows that are trying to take paper.
I know, but that doesn't mean that just talking to somebody should knock them out, hypnotize them like that, make them like go. That's why it costs sanity points, because you're actually manipulating reality, and humans aren't meant to do that.
Well, tomorrow I have a meeting with Mr. Beardsworth at 1.
Hello there.
Okay. But I can teach you in the meantime. So we could just put Lily into a coma until we figure out what to do.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Just we need to have some of those barbiturates on hand in case it doesn't work. And we should do this on her while she's still kind of out of it, even though she's conscious.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, let her a little bit, but not too much.
You mean near the tail end of it?
Yeah, like when you would be about to dose her more.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a little while, let her, because I don't think you can do it when someone's unconscious.
I don't think so. We'd have to be able to hear you.
So when she's coming out of it, but not enough to be able to summon anything.
I would like to do this when Quincy's more wherewithal.
No, we can try. But who knows with that guy?
Who knows? But I'd rather him be more coherent because he hasn't been the best recently.
That's one way of putting it. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do your meeting with Beardsworth, and we'll do you learning the spell. But before you guys decide whether or not you're going to teach Quincy or whether or not we decide whether he learns from watching what you're teaching her, and before you just try to use it on Lily, we'll stop. Mm-hmm. And that progress, a little bit of progress. So you're going to Beardsworth's office on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. And super young clerk is there still at the front. He's typing something as you come in.
Hello. And
hello, Miss Kennedy.
Hello, and I had the documents that I would need to actually start this stuff.
Right, your father would have sent you some, or you could have had some set up from your local lawyers or whatever you want. You would have been able to find time in the week to do that.
Do you have the documentation that's requested?
Mr. Beardsworth has it, yes.
He has it? Thank you.
And he will be just a few minutes. If you'd like to have a seat. Okay. So you sit down, it's about 5 minutes. Someone leaves from the back. It looks like an older woman in black. She has gray hair. She's wearing a veil. She leaves. And then an older gentleman comes out. He is dressed in a fashion that was probably in fashion 20 or 30 years ago. He has a high collar. And a tie that does not appear to be completely in fashion. He is bald with a very large white mustache. He's probably in his 50s or 60s. He says, you Miss Kennedy?
Yes, your clerk, Mr.
Wow, that's Bowker.
Bowker. He set the appointment for me?
Yes, come on in. Come in. You go in. He is a little abrupt. All right. So your family is thinking about buying Mitchell Imports. Is that correct?
Either creating a partnership with you guys or buying it because we have interest in importing minerals and resources from around the world.
Well, it's within our authority to make the sale of Mitchell Imports, if you are so inclined, in order to facilitate the money that will be given to Miss Lily Mitchell, should she be found, or to any other potential heirs to the Mitchell fortune if they exist.
Rest assured, hopefully when she's found.
Yes, of course.
There'll be a certain percentage that will go to her.
When she's found, yes, of course.
Certain percentage will go to her.
The entirety of it will go to her.
Of her side, yes.
Yes, correct. That is correct. We've got some paperwork here that you had requested.
Thank you.
He lets you sit down and read it.
Now, this is the first time I've seen it, so it might take me a while to do it with my father as well.
Yes. We can allow you to show it to your father as well. You can take the time if you'd like to read it now to make sure it's complete.
I would like to.
Very good. Okay.
I read through it, and I'm looking for also those purchases that were off the normal stuff, like the sand. Is that on too? Does that pop up?
There's not too many of those, and there's very little details on those. Like shipping, bills of lading and stuff are not there that you would expect. Like it's like this stuff came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or it was shipped by means that were not necessarily on the books. Maybe locals or that kind of thing.
Do you guys utilize local shipping as well, or other ships that aren't documented?
I'm not sure what all the documentation. It came from Mitchell Imports, and it was told that it was quite complete. It was everything that they had.
Everything that they have.
Correct.
Well, they're missing some stuff here. Like, for instance, here. If you are just using local shipping, that would be, you could just notate that. We would know to be able to, we had to put aside money for it.
It's also possible that it was not purchased from regular channels as well.
Okay.
I do not know why it wouldn't be documented there.
Let me make a notation that it could be possible local shipping that we might have to make purchases and.
Very good.
Alright, she's making proper notations in a book that she has.
Yeah, a lot of the weird ones. Everything else is like perfect. All the import stuff is just exactly what you would expect. A lot of this stuff that, the weird stuff, certain animals which are never specified from Russia, again, it seems to have come out of nowhere. There's no initial, like, invoices, bills, that kind of thing.
Some of it is not complete, but if you say that's all they have, then they might need to spruce up on their documentation.
Yeah, well, perhaps they need more. Perhaps they need better. Perhaps they need better management or ownership or something like that.
Now, of course, if we do, then say in the case scenario that we buy up, all the proceeds from the imports half will go to Lily or her fund.
Yes, any money that is made will go into her trust fund. She has a trust fund at present. It's $5,000 a year for upkeep and education, which ends at her age of 18. Whereupon she receives all the rest. Yeah, of course.
Now, if we do a partnership, it would be the same along the lines, but she would not get any proceeds from the joint effort, more than likely.
She would get whatever proceeds would be coming from the Mitchell imports. Everything is Lily's. She's the sole heir. The Mitchell changed his will just a few days before he died last year, and he put everything in Lily's name. Yes, right.
Wait, did you say God, like as she's adopted, or did I misinterpret you? Did you say gotten, or was she actually?
No. She's the sole heir. She is their child, and as such, we are keeping the money in trust for her until she turns 18. At which point everything can be turned over to her. And any monies that we make investing any of the monies that we have now will end up any of those profits will also go to Lily Mitchell. And the unfortunate event that she is not found, that this kidnapping turns into a terrible tragedy, and it has been over a week, and there has been no ransom demands made. So
no ransom. That's the whole point of kidnapping rich heirs, though.
Yes, it is. That's why the police have been questioning us so severely and looking so hard. It appears that perhaps there's some other motive at hand here. Perhaps I don't know, revenge maybe. I don't know. What?
Do they suspect someone in your company? Who's the next in line for it?
The next in line for what?
Owning your company. If someone wants to get rid of Lily.
My company is owned by we three lawyers.
I meant imports.
Mitchell Imports is only Lily. If in the unfortunate event that she dies or she's never found, then we will continue as hard as we can to try to find some other heir. At present there are none. But we will give it our all and our best, and we will search diligently until we find someone. If at that time that it is found that there are no heirs, after diligent searching by us, then that money will be turned over to the state. Now here's what's realized in Moirese that he's saying is they're going to keep looking, because as long as they look, they get paid. So it'll be, if she just disappears, it'll probably be 7 to 10 years before they declare her legally dead, and then the law firm will possibly still say, well, we're going to keep trying to look for an heir as long as the government will let them, because they're still going to draw that money in for whatever time they put into looking for a legal heir, until such a time as the government basically says, okay, you're done, there's no legal heir, she's dead, and everything will get turned over to the state and liquefied or dealt with them at that point. So he's more than willing, you think, to just keep looking, because that's the funds that are just coming into his. There's nothing illegal about it either. It's just kind of a lawyer thing. It's kind of shady, but it's what any lawyer would do.
Well, you continue looking for as long as you possibly can.
We will definitely do our best to find what we can. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And
and in the meantime, if your family wishes to purchase Mitchell Imports, all that money, of course, will be eventually turned over to Lily upon her turning 18.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Now, also, for this deal as well, is there any information like whatever policies they've put in place or talking to law officers with the state? Is there any documentation that they did through you?
No. We solely handled the will and the trust fund for Lily Mitchell after her family's unfortunate demise. Otherwise, we have and we got these files for you from Mitchell Imports, which is under our purview right now, as in order to continue money coming in for her.
All right. Was there any problems that they had with the laws, any policies, any trouble we need to know about?
With Mitchell Imports?
Yes. Anything?
Nothing that has been revealed by the import organization or has been told to us by the police. No.
Okay, that is good to know.
There was some strange things with that maid that just before Mitchell's death, when he changed his will, he also withdrew through our company $10,000. That
$10,000.
Yes, there was a contract for services rendered to the maid Lin Chow. Very strange.
Can you tell me more about that? Because that's really out of the way for a maid.
Yes, it was the same time that he changed his will, leaving everything to his daughter as opposed to his wife and daughter, I have my own suspicions that it's something that's just between you and me. Then there might have been some blackmail going on, perhaps, or possibly that he was providing for a mistress. Was my thought, and then this terrible tragedy, and they all ended up dead, and the money is gone. The money was transferred to her, it was taken out of the bank, disappeared.
Just disappeared?
Yes.
After her death, it was up and gone?
No, there was no bank account, the money was taken out, perhaps it was in a house when the house burned down, it was burned up to a cinder, possibly. If it's somewhere else, there's no way of tracking it down, we have no way of finding it. No. Very strange. Very strange.
Anything else you noticed that was strange with the dealings or anything like that out of the ordinary?
No, just the fact that he changed his will literally days before the fire. That struck us very strange as well. Perhaps Miss Lin Chow was actually trying to blackmail, extort Mr. Mitchell, and then possibly failed in her own attempt with the fire. Or perhaps Quincy Washington was involved, and then the fire was...
Did he act suspicious or worried or like he was under duress?
No, Mr. Mitchell did not. He simply said he wanted to change his will, that he had plans, that things had to change, something to that effect. I can remember it was 6 months ago, and that he needed this money for services rendered for the maid, which I questioned him, and I asked him if there was some trouble, if we should contact the police, and he said no, just do as he said, and we did, and then transferred the money to her, and as I said, perhaps it was some kind of blackmail, perhaps Miss Lin Chow made an attempt on something that evening, and it was done terribly wrong. Perhaps Mr. Washington was causing some issue with the maid. I don't know. I really don't know. It really doesn't have much to do with what we're dealing with right here today.
Mm-hmm. Now, it kind of might have something to do with it, because if he was getting extorted, it could not just be maybe the mistress could be part of this company that some dealing was happening. So anything that he could have said might lead to some clue.
Well, as far as I knew, that she was just a maid at their house. She had nothing to do with the company, nothing to do with anything Mr. Lindford.
Does Mr. Bowker, did he type up this? Does he have transcripts of this dealing?
Yes, we have a copy of the will. Yes.
Copy of the will.
Yes.
And does he transcribe like you do this in court? You know how they do in court? They make every single word typed down for records.
For wait, what?
Transcriber.
Transcriber, yes.
Well, no. No, we did not keep a record of the meeting as such. We merely made the will out to Mr. Mitchell's specification.
All right, can I have a copy of the will and what other documentation we need for the company so we know how much would be set aside for the will?
Well, I'm afraid we can't hand over a copy of the will. No, I'm sorry. I probably said too much already about it, but it struck me as very strange, and
But no, we can't hand over a copy of the will.
Can you hand over the specifications of the will? Like write down how much percentage she had, all of it, things like that would come from the company, set aside, besides $5,000 a year.
Well, no. It's that's all that will is that's under a confidentiality.
Okay.
Right? But yes, you can be rest assured and guaranteed that any monies that are made off of any kind of venture by your company or by Mitchell Imports will go to Miss Lily Mitchell once all of this is said and done.
Okay. Thank you. Good day, Mr. Beardsworth. Thank you for your
welcome.
time.
You're not taking the paperwork, are you? Like the import paperwork?
I'm taking it with me because I asked for it.
Okay.
I have to look over it.
Alright, he says, I'll be expecting that back when you're finish with it.
I will give it back.
All right,
it might
good.
take a month or two because you know how these deals take a while.
Yes. Fair enough. And he gets your name and your address and all that stuff too, so you can
If it's not back by 3 months, call and we will tell you the process of the deals. And we'll give it back. If it's not.
Very well. He's also wanting information on your father's business, on Mitchell Industry, or on Kennedy Industries.
And I handed
so that he can contact that.
information about that.
Okay, good. So he basically, you guys exchange all the information that's needed to be exchanged. Yes, he seems actually quite, anxious to go ahead and sell this business. And it's probably because that's one less thing that he'll have to worry about if he has just a lump of cash to deal with as opposed to making sure the business remains solvent, then it's just less work for him. So it doesn't seem suspicious to you, it's just, yeah.
Noted.
And you're off. You return to the house and continue with your magic training. Okay, so on Thursday, you will be able to try to cast this spell if you want. Are you going to?
Yeah.
Are you going to cast it on her this time?
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying not to resist, right?
I will not resist.
I just want it to happen. Okay.
This one is the work.
Alright, so you cast a spell. It costs you 2 magic points. And like I told her, you get it back 1/4 every 6 hours. So you would completely get it back in 24 hours. You don't have to make a roll because you're not resisting. You're actually trying to make this work.
I did it.
So she does, yeah, okay.
12.
What did you roll anyway? 12 would have worked anyway. So she just goes kind of blank. Whew. 5 points of sanity.
Why?
Because you just controlled someone's mind by speaking
But I
a few
expected
nonsense
it.
words. Yes, but it's still terrible. It's magic. I need you to make an idea check. If you want to fail, you want to roll high on this.
9.
Oh, 9. You made your idea check. Woot! So while you're in a stupor, where did you guys do this? Where did you guys cast this?
Probably in her living
In
room.
the living room? Okay.
Or in the library.
Yeah, whichever one she would have been wanting to do it in.
Which one did you want to do it in?
In the library.
Okay. You're in the library, and you cast this spell, and all of a sudden, did you mark off the 5 sanity too?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You cast the spell, you feel this intense fear come over you, because it's dark in here and kind of dreary. The windows are closed, the blinds are pulled, there's lights on, there's electric lights on, but you feel yourself just terrified to the point of being rooted to the spot. So for almost a minute, you just stand there, and you're just like, she's staring ahead blankly, and you're just staring wide-eyed around you without having the presence of mind to run away even or move. It finally passes. You're sweaty, you're covered in sweat, your heart is just like beating so hard, you can just, when you can feel it in your chest. Your hands are all just soaking wet with sweat. You're just terrified, and you finally kind of calm yourself down.
I don't know what I was scared about.
You don't, but you were blindingly terrified. Oh, I have to feed you. What do you want to do? She's, obviously this worked. She's in some kind of a weird fugue state, trance, dumb and numb. What do you want to do? Leave her there, have supper, go out to eat, come back in 2 hours.
I guess I just try and see if I can make her do anything.
No, she's completely unresponsive.
Okay.
She's just staring straight ahead. Out of it. There you go.
Alright, would you be sitting or standing?
I've been sitting.
Okay. You're sitting in one of the chairs.
Wake up.
Nothing happens.
I'm shaking.
Okay, that wakes you up.
Huh? What? You do?
Yeah, you didn't tell me that, like, it made you feel like you were going to die.
It makes me feel awful.
No, I thought I was going to die, like someone was after me, like I was terrified.
I just felt really sick to my stomach. Like it was awful.
It was worse than the Chinaman.
Worse
Coming after me, yes. I guess.
It was terrifying. Yeah. It was. You couldn't move.
Yeah.
You were like rooted to the spot.
Well,
I was wondering if I had become a tree and planted in the spot.
Well, you don't have roots.
Well, I know.
Well, it seems to be working. I have to be able to use this on Lily.
And you can add that on the back of your character sheets under spells. They're all victim is what it's called.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously, Jimmy.
So you guys both know how to cast that spell now, and it apparently is terrifying.
I hope I know that from every
You don't know what happened. It was just awful.
Well, next time when we do this, be prepared for me to be terrified if that's what happens to me.
It's simply dreadful.
Yeah, well, it wasn't simply dreadful. It was dreadfully dreadful.
Terribly dreadful, you mean?
Horribly dreadful?
Terribly dreadful.
It's dreadfully dreadful.
Terribly dreadful.
Okay.
Well, I got information off the books. Here's a copy of all the things that they imported. And there's that sand and animals from Russia again.
Sand and mushrooms? What?
Sand and animals from mushroom.
From
Russia.
Did I say mushroom?
She said mushroom and that made she say mushroom.
Yeah, I was like, oh, why'd you do that?
That's awesome.
Where is mushroom? Because that's what I heard the first time, and then she did it.
It's a new world.
Like circus animals?
I doesn't say it's just, there's not much information on it
What
at all.
do you do about animals?
Doesn't say.
Just several animals. Is pretty much. It doesn't even give an exact number, Natasha.
And it doesn't even say like where it goes? Where they go?
They came to Providence. And then it just says remanded to, is it it's Arthur Mitchell.
They were given to Arthur Mitchell?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I bet it was using their blood or something for some
weird thing. It's probably that sand that we used that other time.
The sand is the same way. It's just turned over to Arthur Mitchell. Like 5 tons of sand.
It's weird business.
Alright, well, when it comes to it, we should probably
wait for Lily to get close to her dosage, and we should probably do this on her soon.
I agree.
Okay.
But just also remember though, if anything startles her, and we're not around to like put it back on her, it will just pop it right off.
Yeah, that'd be like gunfire right nearby. You might startle you, that kind of
We
thing.
would probably need to have one of us, and if we can get Quincy to learn it, one of us near him at all times. At her at all times. So we can just cast it back.
Yeah, and we'll decide about Quincy.
But she might
when he
resist
plays
it
it.
too. I don't know how sorcerers work.
Right. You guys don't know as player. You know as players that it's magic points versus magic points. You don't know it as
Right.
as.
Well, I also was saying I thought she could possibly leave her body and
Yeah. There was always that thing too. With
we're
why
like
is the book open?
apprentice. Yeah, we're apprentice level, and she's master.
I
Be
don't
like
know.
if magic's anything like dueling,
Yeah, we would.
skill and experience is still gonna.
But let's wait until she's near the end of the dose.
Okay, and we can leave that for next time. It was probably afternoon on Thursday, so we can end right there. Say 2 p.m. on Thursday if you guys want. And our next dose will be, and you just dosed her, so tonight would be when the dose would wear off if you want to do it on the next dose.
Okay.
So, and we can do it like that. Dun dun dun. And questions, comments, what'd you think? Did you have fun? Was it too boring? How did I do?
I loved it. Beardsworth was a very interesting character the way he spoke.
He's supposed to be. He's kind of a gruff old codgy old man.
Crotchety old man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Enjoyed it. Kind of hard to figure out like what to do because Lily's situation is so weird.
Yeah, it is. And not having Quincy Washington here hurts, unfortunately. Not having Kyle here. Because I weren't...
Is he ever gonna come?
I don't know. He said he could come next weekend, but I'd forgotten about the Rent Fest, so that's not going to happen. So I'm going to try to arrange it. I'm going to talk to him and see if I can find a time that he can play on Sunday. Preferably.
I mean, if I'm like coming back from work and you do like from Winston and you guys do it like from 5 or like from 6 to something,
okay.
I can just get on Skype or something and then do it through the phone. Do you really want me to be involved with it?
If you have wireless, I can bring my iPad, set it up like a player. Oh.
Unfortunately, I don't have any wireless connection here except for phones, so that wouldn't work as far as the wireless. It could work through the phone. We'll figure something out. I'm gonna try to talk to you guys who are involved in this. Kaylin Hogan, I guess Darian's birthday was today or something. He's turning 21.
Okay.
Her boyfriend or fiance. So that's why I think she would have been here if it hadn't been for that. 'Cause she's really enjoying it. I hope you guys are still enjoying it.
I am.
Just woke up halfway through it, basically.
That's okay.
Well, I Googled the entire time and you know that, so.
And I try to make it realistic. I mean, these tiny, terrible Chinese men could track you down as GM Fiat, if I really wanted them to get there and you guys have to deal with that. But realistically, how are they going to find you? That guy was in the store when you drove away. He couldn't even get your license plate. So there's that. He didn't get that. And so you've done a pretty good job of covering your tracks and hiding. So that's why you've had lots of time to just wait. And actually, we'll say one last thing for the game is that there have been news articles recently. Is Lily Mitchell dead? No ransom demand. What is Quincy Washington doing? Blah, 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 with his gang of women. And slowly the police, they've searched Providence fairly extensively, especially as far as like abandoned houses, places where people could hide out. There's some speculation that he somehow got through the police cordon or possibly left town before they could actually lock down the roads. Roadblocks are starting to be lifted. It's been a week. So there are less cops, less state patrolmen that you guys are seeing in the streets and anything like that a week later. There's still talks of searching for. They still get gangs of men who will search like areas of right outside of Providence, looking for a body, looking for anything. And of course, they've found nothing. So you guys won't have to worry as much about like getting out of town if you want to get out of town at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So throwing that out there too. Boom.